What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. You probably can't see me that well. Let me fix that real quick. How's that? I think that's a little bit better. That's right, we finally got some lights in the garage. So I no longer have to use my shop light or the light on the GoPro. Today we've got a new mod going on the S4. Let's check it out. All right, here's the box. Racingline. I promised you guys in the last video we were going to be installing something from them, and it showed up actually rather quickly, a lot quicker than I thought. So let's go ahead and get this unboxed. Ooh. This isn't that fancy, just a nice little hose. Some nice steel braided, I think they're 6AN or something. Don't know the specs on that for sure, but this is the main piece that's going in today. If you don't know what it is, it's a catch can. Now, I already do have the forged catch can back there. Big difference in this though, and that's underneath this packaging. Alright, underneath that, it was hiding this absolutely gorgeous piece of aluminum. This gets rid of the faulty PCV that's in these cars. I'm pretty sure mine's bad already. I've got a rear main seal leak. It's completely possible that it's the PCV that failed, causing the excess blow-by. So we're just going to go ahead and replace the whole thing. And it comes with a new oil cap. So not only is this a catch can for the car, which is never a bad thing to have, this also replaces two fail points on these cars. The oil cap, which sometimes does leak, and the PCV, which fails, I think, more times than they stay good. So we're replacing that. This kit is absolutely gorgeous. It comes with everything needed. You've got a bracket for the catch can here. With another piece of the bracket. You've got all the hardware. I'm sure this is all stainless. Nice little holder for the lines. Just like how the forged one has the holder here, it's going to be the same thing with the Racingline one. But this, it's almost a shame to install this on a car. I mean, this should be on a shelf, on a display shelf, because it is just gorgeous. Big massive shout out to Racingline for sending this to me and getting it here rather quickly. I'm super excited to be working with them. They have a few other parts for this car that I might pick up. I know they've got like a really cool gas cap, which, I mean, I don't need a new gas cap, but it's billet, so why not? And I do have a few other parts that you can check out. I'll put them down below, I'll link them down below. I probably won't get the intake only because I do have the carbon one from Integrated, and that kind of goes along with all the other integrated parts I have. All right, so now that we've got the new shop lights installed, should make this rather nice for you guys to see. Hopefully the lighting is good. Hopefully it comes out good in the video. Definitely let me know if there's an improvement. I'm sure for the $100 I spent, it was well spent. I'm gonna get the tripod set up. I'm gonna go and pull the engine cover. You guys already know how to do that. Pull the plastic one off, deep well 13 mil to pull the metal one off, and then that'll give us access to everything we need. I'll be back. So we've got the heat shield, the engine cover off. Again, it's the 413 mils. Pop off this little metal clip that holds this wire on, and then pull everything out of the way. That exposes the downpipe, of course, the turbo, but it gives us access to the current catch can, which is the forge, which again, there's nothing wrong with the forge catch can. With my current issue, and I mean, I even do have a little bit of seepage around the oil cap here. I just really wanted to get rid of this PCV system. It fails, I don't want to replace it, I don't want to deal with it, I just want to get rid of it and call it a day. The forged one will be up for sale. Hit me up if you want it. All right, so next I'm gonna go ahead and just disconnect this nut here. Pull the forged one out of the way, disconnect all the connections, just get it out of there. Then we're gonna work on this hose here that comes over and connects to the turbo inlet. Then there's 6 Torx to hold this on. We're gonna get this out of the way, and then we're gonna reinstall everything. All right, we've got the catch can removed, the lines. I'm gonna go ahead and drain this. It's been a little while, so we're just gonna see what's in it. Alright, so not a whole lot, but as you can see, it's doing its job. Now that we got the old catch can out, next is going to be this connection here to the turbo inlet, like I said, and actually this connection here as well, because we are removing this entire assembly out of the car. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my pick, This one, if you've ever done the turbo inlet, kind of sucks to get off. You have to get a pick inside there. This one looks like it just has a squeeze clamp, so you just squeeze it and it should come right off. We're gonna tackle the easy one first. And I say easy, but we'll see how easy it is. Well, you know what? This will turn. So I'm gonna go after this one first and then turn the whole thing, and then I should be able to get it because the squeeze, where you squeeze on the clamp is underneath, and I just can't fit my finger in there right now. All right, I really don't have a good place to put the camera, so you need to get a pick underneath of it, start one side, move the pick over, get on the other side, and then this should pull right out. I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and I'll be right back. All right, well, that was a success. Was able to get that off. Come to find out, it looks like it's gonna actually hit here, so I'm gonna remove this first. So that's held on with 6 Torx, 3 on each side, and that's gonna be a T30. All right, so again, it's a T30. These should not be that tight. I'm just gonna go ahead and get them all loose. Those are out, so now I should be able to just pull this right off the car, potentially. Yep. Okay. So, as you can see, the entire assembly came out. I kept the bolts in just to make it easy so I don't lose any, and I think there's actually a little captive nut on them too. So, I'm gonna go ahead and put this to the side. Before I forget, you do have to reuse the rubber gasket that's on here, the green one, so pull that out carefully, inspect it, make sure there's no damage. I didn't have any leaks around this housing, so this should be good. All right, and now that that's out of the way, I can kind of go ahead and get this spun around. Actually, I lied. All right, so the connection's not gonna spin around. I gotta do a little bit of MacGyvering here. I'm just gonna put this pick under to try to release the clip. All right, so that's not gonna work, so let's see if I can get my hand in there now. Oh, wait a minute. I just kind of got that spun around. Let's see if we can get it now. Wow, this one sucks to take off. All right, one side is released. Let's see if I can just get the pick in there. All right, we finally got that one off. That one actually was harder than the one attached to the inlet tube, if you believe that. Everything's disassembled. We've got the hosing out, catch cans out. That's off. So now we're gonna go ahead and transfer over the seal to the new PCV block. All right, you guys, we've got the new plate on. It does come with new hardware. They're like an M6. So that just bolts down. I went ahead and I did a crisscross pattern. So this, that one. Went back and retightened everything, and now that is on the car. You can see the beautiful new oil cap. I mean, look at this thing. Look at this. This is just gorgeous. Put that back on so I don't lose it. And what's cool is it always goes back on the same way. It's funny how they did that. All right, so that's done. Next, we're gonna go ahead and mount the catch can. It goes in a similar location from the previous one. If you hear something in the background, I'm actually watching Pop Shop. Shout out to Lean. They are doing their season finale on here and selling some pins. So I'm checking it out while I'm working on the car. All right, so first requirement is removing these 2 T30s. And you're gonna wanna keep these. Do not lose them, don't drop them under the car, because we're gonna reuse them for the new bracket. All right, success. That's removed. All right, we've got the bracket attached. It's a 2-piece bracket. Comes together here, it attaches up at the top and at the bottom. Hardware is included. And this is gonna go right there with those T30s that I took out from earlier. So I'm gonna go ahead and put those in. That is secure. Alright, so as you can see, this is where the new catch can is going to sit. You do have a spot right there for the engine cover, so that's pretty cool. Plenty of clearance, you know, it's near the exhaust, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, it's not like right up on it. There's for sure plenty of room there. It looks like I'm going to have a similar issue from before with my 034 brace with the dipstick. It's going to hit. I won't really be able to check the dipstick level, but shouldn't be a big deal. You know, if need be, I can just pull it off the bracket and take it out of the car. All right, next is going to be the whole hose assembly. We've got 2 ANs that are going here, 2 ANs that are going there. One that's going up top there. We've got one here and one here. Let's go ahead and get set up and we'll get those installed. First thing we're going to do with the portion that's attached to the upper intake, throttle body, whatever you want to call that one, they actually include a block off. So we're going to go ahead and pop that in. Okay, that looks good. Next, we're going to run the hose from the catch can and over to the turbo inlet. All right, I went ahead and got the AN fittings and lines installed. You can see that here. That is very straightforward. Short one goes on the inside, long one goes on the outside. Tighten up, and that's that. Next, we're going to go ahead and route the long OEM style hose from here all the way over to here. So we're going to go ahead and install this long one to the turbo inlet. That clicks into place right there. It's clicked in, it's snapped in place. Next we're going to route it, and we're actually going to go up and under the braided lines and over to the catch can. Alright, so we're actually going to route it under the fittings themselves. That's what the instructions show, so we're going to go ahead and do that. And then, if I can get this turned, okay, I heard it click. So that is connected there, and as far as I can tell, I mean, it's a really tight fit. As far as this goes, because it is new, and the hose itself is super stiff, but I think we got it. So next I'm going to go ahead and install the little hose spacer that's going to go here. In my opinion, it may not even really be necessary, but it's probably not good to have these rub up against each other, so I'm going to go ahead and install that anyways. Let me grab it. All right, I've went ahead and installed the little line spacer. Everything's spaced out, nothing is hitting anywhere over here. Let's see, all looks good. That's tight, those are tight, this is on, that's on. That's pretty much it. Just need to go ahead and install the metal engine cover, regular engine cover, and then we're done. This was pretty simple. It is a shame to cover that up because it is gorgeous, but you'll still see the oil cap and you'll still mostly see the catch can once everything is installed. So I'm going to go ahead and pop that stuff back on and we'll show you what it looks like with everything covered up. Alright everybody, and we're done. Like I said, this thing is so beautiful, it's a shame to cover it up. And the little oil cap does look kind of goofy in there, but there's still plenty of room to reach in, take it off. And then on this side, you can see the fittings are just poking out right there, and the catch can is nicely hidden back there. Overall, the install was pretty straightforward, pretty simple. Just a couple of tools, T30, 5mm Allen, adjustable spanner, probably an extension, 13mm pick tool, and that's probably about it. I think the correct way to tighten the AN fittings is with an AN wrench, but it looks like in their instructions they also say you can use a spanner because there's nothing else you would need to use this for besides those fittings. So I went ahead and used the adjustable wrench. But that is going to be it for this video. Short, simple, to the point. This install, like I said, was very, very easy. You can for sure do it yourself if you've got some mechanical abilities. As stated before, the forged catch can that I have is going to go up for sale. Don't know what I'm going to sell it for. I'm sure I'll sell it for less than retail, obviously, because it's used, but it is in fine condition. Again, this is it here. It will come with all the brackets, fittings, everything you need to install. And yeah, that's that. Oh, I still need to paint this. I know. One step at a time. Lights are first. Before we go, Archer has not been in a video in a minute, so let's say hi to him real quick. And here he comes. Hey, bud. Yeah, I know. He was out here giving me a hand. My little brother's in town. I may have mentioned that in a previous video as well. So he's been hanging out with him too when I'm out here in the garage. But again, that's it for this video. Thanks so much for stopping by. If you have any questions, hit me up. If you want to buy the Forge Catch Can, hit me up. And until next time, you guys take care. Archer, say bye. Bye.